Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Drew Gamers Final Fantasy 1 Let's Play. It's been a while since I've done any recording for this. I've had this episode edited since like last October in 2021. It's now January something, January 19th of 2022. So today we are going to the Earthgift Shrine. Now, this is a bonus dungeon in Final Fantasy 1 PSP and I believe one other version, but this is the first one where it came out. And there are 4 dungeons. We've kind of seen them spread around. I've kind of referenced them in other episodes, but I haven't really talked about them. And basically, they're multi-level dungeons, all link into a shrine that crystal that you've unlocked. So for instance, we beat up Lich, so we unlocked the Earthgift Shrine. This is the easiest of all of them, so that's why I'm doing this now. But even then, I did this a little bit too early, but I wanted to do it because I was just like, oh, you know what? Why not? So I think there's 5 floors, and this one, and they all have different floors, and they all have different puzzles to solve and stuff. So, with this, we just went through a normal floor, and then this one, you have to follow the directions of the trees. So you'll see that they're pointing in a specific way, and you have to follow that route in order to find the exit. So I think it's a really cool feature. It's a really nice addition to the game. Some of the floors in some of the dungeons are a pain in the arse, though, I'm not going to lie. But before we get too far into it, today's question of the day is, what games are you currently playing? I want to know. It's not a Final Fantasy related question. I just want to know what you're playing. At the moment, I've been playing Bug Fables because it was on sale on the Switch, and I am absolutely loving it. It's like basically, if you don't know what Bug Fables is, it's like a Paper Mario style game, very much like the original Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. But this one, I absolutely love it. It's so good, and it just goes from like it was really good to start with. I was really enjoying it, but like all of a sudden, it's taken such a dark turn, and it's been like it's really drawn me in more, and it's becoming one of my favorite games. So, yeah, just let me know what you're playing, and we will continue on. Obviously, I'm doing my usual going out battles where I don't need to, because the thing is, I can't really say what they are at the minute. But at the end of the dungeon, we're going to have to go through this dungeon multiple times, but I basically just cut out me going through it multiple times and I just get to the bottom floor. The other dungeons aren't like this. They are kind of, but not to this extent. And I'll explain that once we get to the bottom of the Katoba Blast. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. I hope the new year has been good for you. Obviously, all these episodes are coming out in the new year. So, I hope by the time you see this episode that your year has been alright so far. Obviously, that we're still very much going through the Rona. So, we'll get on with it. I need to figure out as well, before we continue on too much, how long the episode is. It's 28 minutes. Right, okay, I just needed to make sure, because sometimes I'll get to the end and then I'm like, oh, I'm panicking, because I'm trying to struggle to get the ending done. So then, yeah, some of the floors in here, they're alright. They're not super difficult to get through. I wish... My biggest wish for this is that, like, when a battle happens, it didn't light up my face too much. But unfortunately, my monitor is 32 inches big, because it's not really a monitor, it's an old TV. And I'm very much rambling. I haven't done any... The only recording I've done is with Dan, and that was for Heart Gold and Salt Silver, which will hopefully, if not started already, it'll be coming soon. Because this episode here, this is the halfway point of the series. The series is 20 episodes long. We've got another potion, which is lovely, lovely stuff. All these items, I think, are randomized as well, so it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get exactly the same things as me. You might not even get the same floors as me. There's only a selection of floors. And also, I forgot, in the last episode, we upgraded our characters, so we have them in their Knight, Red Wizard, White Wizard, and Black Wizard form. I hate this floor. This floor is the second to last floor, and it's a pain in the ass. basically it's basically a maze, and we've just got to get from one side to the other to find the stairs. But there's so many battles. There's these people here who will... What am I doing? Oh, Silver Apple. So Silver Apple basically raises your HP by 5, which is kind of cool. But like I said, there's so many battles. You talk to these guards, and they are basically black goblins. I think black goblins are unique to this area as well. Like the dungeons, they're not found outside, but they're found within the dungeons. These bonus dungeons. And originally what I was going to do was I was going to put all these at the end because they are optional. They're not, you don't have to do these at all. The rewards you get for them are very, very good though. So I'm like cutting a lot of battles out because like, yeah. Just because. Trying to think. There was something I wanted to look up real quick because it's going to help me with it's going to help me with an explanation a bit later on for some lore. And I'm trying to remember a certain aspect. Okay, there we go. Okay, got it. Perfect. That's going to help me a lot. So look at that. There's so many battles. It's ridiculous. But I'm enjoying this series. I really enjoyed recording it. And what helped a lot, like I've said this before, is recording it all and then doing the post-commentary for it. It's definitely something different. I'm not used to doing that yet, but being able to record the episodes and stuff and just not having any issues with it. Because, unfortunately, I do live at home. I used to have my own place and stuff, but that's a long story. And I can't always record at night. Like right now I'm recording at night, but it's only like 8 p.m. Whereas like I am usually up very late at night, so it gave me the opportunity to record late at night without talking basically. So I could just sit here and I could record the audio of the game and the gameplay video without me talking, which was very nice. But look, just like this floor just goes on. It goes on for so long, and thankfully I did cut it out so you didn't have to see it more than once. I believe this is the second to... I think this is the second to last floor, because usually the last floor is where your treasures are, basically. So there's an item there. It's good that you get all these items. Elven Cloak. This is, like I said, this isn't even the hardest floor, though. This is a kind of... It's not even a hard floor. It's just long. But there is in the... I won't go too much into it at the minute, but in the Fire Temple there is... Or the Fire Shrine, there is a floor that's very, very irritating. I hate it. And you'll see it when I get there. And I forgot about it until I replayed this game, and I was like, Jesus Christ. But I have also, like, this is a bit late into it now, I have also gone back into streaming now. Just want to keep you up to date on that as well. So if you want to follow my streams, you can. It's over on Twitch at TheDrewGamer. So I'm excited to have gotten back into that. I really, really let back into it. I started with Final Fantasy 9. I kind of took a break from it. I went and did a Pokemon Mono Ice Challenge, which I finished last night on the 18th of January. And that went alright. Finale was a bit hideous. Like, the last Pokemon that I fought, for Pokemon fans, they'll understand, was a Mega Lucario. because I made it so that when I randomized it, people kept their megas, but the Pokemon that its mega was randomized. So it gave me a Mega Lucario, and Mega Lucario is very strong. It's also super effective against ice types, which did not help me in the slightest. See how many times I cut that out then. And I basically had to revive stall it and use an Bomb of Snow with Hail, with the snowballing ability to basically whittle it down so I could kill it with an Ice Shard, which is priority move. So it will always go first. And it was basically one-shotting all my Pokemon. There was nothing I could do. It was just one-shotting everything, and I was just like, no, I'm not losing to a Mega Lucario. And I somehow won, and then we fought May in the credits, and then I've left it there. I'm not doing the post-game for it. And here we go, we're at the stairs. I had to find one more battle right when I got to the end, didn't I? Right. So this is the bottom floor. This is basement level 5. And there are 4 rooms, and each room has a boss in it. And you can only fight one at a time. So that's why I've had to go through this 4 times. Whereas the other dungeons, you go through it on multiple levels. So you managed to reach the depths. I commend you. Your journey ends here, I'm afraid. This is Cerberus. And the big theme of these bonus dungeons is they're filled with bosses from other Final Fantasies. So Cerberus is a boss in Final Fantasy 3. And the music you hear in the background is the Final Fantasy 3 boss music remix, which is fantastic. Talking about the etymology of it, obviously Cerberus is the guardian of the underworld. He guards the gates of Hades. And that's not what he is in Final Fantasy, but this gives you a bit of a real-world reference to it. And we are very, very much going to stack up Sterling for this fight. And a lot of these battles that we're going to end up doing, we're going to be stacking up Sterling as much as possible. And as you can see, he already did a ridiculous amount of damage to me. And I'm like, uh-oh. And we're going to be stacking up all the, like, Protects and stuff. Protects and Invisero. And I do make it so that we do fight all 4 in this episode. So I kind of like that I managed to do that. Some of them are harder than others. Cerberus is probably the easiest, I'd say. And this is a really good thing because I can stack up Invisoras and Protectoras while Monty is doing that, whereas usually I would have only one of the one person using black magic and one person using white magic, whereas now because we have Frederick as well, we can stack it up a little bit easier, and then I can temper up Sterling while also doing it with Monty as well, Montgomery, while Cassandra heals. But then I can also start stacking up Frederick as well after a bit. So then he can start doing some really good damage. So we're doing like 739 damage. Just in comparison to how much he's going to do with his magic. He's 107 with Thundaga, which is the best thunder magic in the game. So what's interesting about these is, well I'll show you in a minute. It doesn't kind of transcend all of them, but there is a interesting theme with at least 2 of them. So what, obviously Protect increases your defense, where Invis increases your evasion. So if you do a combination of both, you can keep stacking up until they do like barely any damage to you. And obviously you can keep stacking up Temper to do that. And I was kind of a little bit of a low level, not gonna lie. I could have been a little bit of a higher level. But it's alright. We've still managed to get through it. 1056, there you go. And for beating up Cerberus, you get a... I can't remember. What do we get? a Kotetsu, which we can't equip. So that was worth it. As you can see, we can't leave the door, so you have to leave the dungeon and then you have to redo it. So now I've cut it and we're over here. And next up, you've done well to come this far, but you will go no further. We have Echidna, and Echidna is, in Greek mythology, like Cerberus, that's the other link, is basically the mother of all monsters. That's what she's considered. I can give you a bit more information on her. She has the body of a serpent usually, but she's usually like depicted as a beautiful woman, which is very interesting. She's supposed to be the mother of stuff like Cerberus and Chimeras, so it's very... I like that they've done that and they're using real-world mythology as well. See, this is why this one's harder, because she does Quake, basically. And unfortunately, every time I bring Sterling back, he kept getting killed. And it was very frustrating. Everyone else, I'm pretty sure everyone else in this fight does not die to Quake. What I really like is that she has the serpent wrapped around her as well. I think she's supposed to have a serpent wrapped around her, but she's also supposed to be part serpent. So I really like it. It's a really cool design. And again, she is from Final Fantasy 3. Towards the end of Final Fantasy 3, the Warriors of Light fight the Warriors of Dark, who have been corrupted by the Cloud of Darkness. Because the way Final Fantasy 3 works is very interesting, is that everything is in equilibrium. So every so many years, light becomes too powerful. So when the balance shifts towards light, Dark Warriors are chosen to balance the darkness. But then it shifts too much the other way, so then the Warriors of Light come to take on the darkness, and it's really interesting. So these are the Warriors of Darkness after they've been turned into monsters. Yeah, it's got Flare. Which is very powerful. Flare is basically the most powerful magic in the game. And there goes Sterling again. Very, very irritating. I'm not gonna lie. And she's not super difficult, but it's just the fact that my main attacker is Sterling. And my whole aim in these battles is to stack up Sterling with temper and haste so he can do ridiculous damage. And he kept getting killed. It was like, God! I think I was trying to reduce her evasion, but I don't think it worked. I know it did work, okay. Temper, and then I go for a healer, and then probably a haste on him. Death. Does he hit? I think he gets hit with death as well, doesn't he? Does he actually kill him? Yep. He just really just didn't want to stay alive this battle, which was really frustrating. It's weird that it just didn't affect the other characters though, in any way. Eventually I do get him back up and we're alright, but it's just very annoying. Sterling, are you gonna stay alive now? So I've started like putting tempers on Frederick, and just in case like Sterling can't do anything. But just in case. Because you want to make sure that when you do this, you do a combination of haste and temper. Earthquake, here we go. Sterling. I forgot how many times he died in this battle, but it's like I said, it's just really weird that none of the other characters die. It's just literally just him. So I don't know if mages just have like an innate ability to avoid sort of like one-hit KO moves. So look how much damage he did. He did 914, and that was with Frederick, and that's because he's got so many tempers on and haste on him. And this is a strategy for basically any boss in the game, is temper up and put haste on a character, because you put haste on them, it doubles the amount of hits they do. So if they're doing 4 hits, they'll do 8 hits. Oh no, Frederick went down. Right. I'm actually surprised. And if you then use temper, it boosts your attack. So you're basically doubling the amount of damage you can do on top of boosting your attack. So it's just a really, really handy way of doing it. Unfortunately, magic, once you get to a certain point, is just useless for the most part. Oh, God's sake. I don't remember like both Frederick and Sterling going down, so that's all right. They'll be fine. This one, I'd say that out of the 4 bosses we fight now, this one is the most annoying, just because of that. I do believe another one does have like an instant kill move, but I don't think it affects us as much as this one. Okay, they're both back now. That's all right. You alright now? Are we gonna get knocked out again? So if she'd attacked Frederick, then he would have gone down, but it's alright. He survived. Yeah, temper up, come on. I think I already cast haste on him, but yeah, there you go. $182. Let's get some more damage on him. That's what I really like. If you have a ninja, because I can talk about that now, you can get temper on it, and I believe you can get haste on it as well. So usually I go with a team of a knight, a ninja, white mage, black mage, but everyone voted for the red wizard, red mage and red wizard to join the party, so I went with that. And I could have gone with a knight, a ninja, a white wizard, and a red wizard, but I really like the black mage. It's such a cool design. And I feel like he would have been more helpful overall. Because red mages do decent damage with their attacks as well. 1,320. And I think they can dual wield, and that's what the Kotetsu is. You can give that to a ninja. And for beating a Echidna, you get an X potion, which is, it's alright, it's not brilliant. If we go all the way around here, you can rebattle these as well. You don't just fight them once and then that's it. I don't know if you get the same reward though, if you fight them again. I believe the next one, I think I know which one the next one is. In me, they're all things great and small, extinguished. Die now, warriors of light. This is Two-Headed Dragon, and he is just a two-headed dragon. There's nothing special. I've got nothing else to say. Everyone knows what a dragon is. This one just has 2 heads. This isn't even a Hydra. It's not, that's why I mean, it's not like linked to Greek mythology or anything. It's just literally a 2-headed dragon. There's no one in. I did look up. I wanted to make sure if there was any relevance to any other mythology, but no, it's just European mythology. Just a dragon with 2 heads. Just to give you a bit of lore, because I am a whore for lore. Yeah, I kind of remember that actually. Yeah, it's very physically strong. Like I said, this is one of the Warriors of Darkness that was turned into a creature by the Cloud of Darkness, who are the last boss of Final Fantasy 3. Eventually, I do want to do Final Fantasy 3, and I'm thinking of doing the Pixel remaster for it, because I've never properly gone through the original game. I've gone through the remake on the DS, and I was going through it at one point last year where I was playing the PSP version, which is based on the DS version, and it's just a lot better. It runs better, it's optimized better. And the difference between, I think I've mentioned this before, but the difference between the original Final Fantasy 3 and the remake that came out on the DS and all that is that in the original Final Fantasy 3, you just had 4 characters, you named them like this, and they all started off as the class called the Onion Knight, and then you got new classes as you went through all the temples and got to all the crystals. So it's very similar to this in terms of the crystals, and that's a big theme that goes through all Final Fantasies is crystals. But then in the remake, all the characters were actually given personalities and actual characters. So there was like Luneth, Ark, Refia, and Ignis, and they were just basic characters. They didn't have like the best personalities or anything. They were all right. I'll say that they were all right characters, but they weren't anything special. So I'd kind of want to go through the original Final Fantasy 3 to experience that and see how it was. I say the original, the pixel remastered version of the original, because all the pixel remasters are based on the originals. So if you play this on the pixel remaster, it'll be based on all the sprites from the original game, but just done up, and there'll be no like bonus content. So this area won't be in that. I do like that in these dungeons, though, that they did remix the boss themes from each of the games that it's referenced on. I'm not going to tell you what the other games are until we get there. I think I referenced this earlier, but I think I got distracted. Originally, these were going to be all bonus episodes to the series. I was just going to put all the story in one go, and then we were going to do all these at the end. But then I thought, well, it doesn't really make too much sense to do that, so I've done it like all the way through. So we do this one on episode 10, and then I think there's another one on like episode 13, and then the others are kind of later into the series. See, now that I'm like getting really, really pumped up with tempers, he's doing a ridiculous amount of damage, and so he's not that hard. Even though my characters were dying, he really isn't too bad in comparison to Echidna. And he's probably going to go down either in this turn or the next turn. I think Frederick doesn't survive this. Yeah. So doing 1,573 damage. So yeah, he wasn't gonna survive. And you get a Bard's Tunic for that. And then last but not least, we have our final one. So you can go into the rooms and stuff and still fight them if you want to. This is very annoying layout. It was just very frustrating that I had to go through this 4 times. You can't do it in one go. There are none who can stop me in all of creation. You too shall fall before me. This is the last warrior of dark. This is Ahriman. And Ahriman is, I want to make sure I get this right, Angra-Mainyu, who is also a boss in Final Fantasy, but in other Final Fantasies. It's basically in Angra-Mainyu in the Western language and Ahriman in the Middle Persian is the Zoroastrian term for the devil, basically. So he is basically the devil in Zoroastrian mythology. He has Earthquake as well, but I feel like I don't get as screwed over with it in this one. And I would say, even though he does have like the one-hit kill move, he might have death as well. I feel like this was the easiest one. Oh, the second easiest one. Cerberus was the easiest one. Then I would say Ahriman, Two-Headed Dragon, Echidna. He does have like a bunch of skills like that though, so you just gotta be careful. So if you want to put like Null Blaze, Null Frost, Null Shock on and stuff, that does help a lot. I'm just keeping an eye on the time, just to make sure that I don't overdo it. He does have Cura, but it doesn't really do that much. Like 175 and we do 1,309. So we're alright. he ain't going to be stacking up those heals anytime soon and getting his health back. Is that it? Nope. We've probably got another hit in him. So we've got a decent amount of health. This is what I mean in, like, I've mentioned this before. Your character's stats kind of basically stay the same, but they upped the stats of the bosses and stuff. So it kind of made it difficult in that way. In that boss rushes were kind of harder if you didn't use tempo. Because usually, like, in the original Final Fantasy, you didn't go over, like, level 50. And, like, the bosses, like, the last boss of the game had 2,000 HP. Whereas this we've already done over 2,000 damage to this. I'm pretty sure Sterling's just going to wipe it out, though, now. Yeah, there he goes. So that is the 4 bosses of the Earthgift Shrine. Thank God for that. And we get, what do we get for this? We get a dry ether, and then we also get a mega elixir. So I'm going to start wrapping up now. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, answer the question of the day, and follow me on all my social medias at TheDrewGamer. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.